Hi folks, welcome to the Prepared Homestead. This is Travis. Thank you all for stopping by to watch. Out here with my son. Today he turns 15. So he's almost a real man. But wanted to go rucking with me this morning on his birthday. So just thought I would mention that. He's the oldest boy still living at home. The other two boys, they're all grown up and out on their own, and one's got babies of his own. Anyways, well, things just keep kind of, it's like, you know, it's like the big swirly in the big white porcelain commode is what we're experiencing. My little rant yesterday, I think most of you that watched it enjoyed it. It's just something that's been building, and even on that rant, I find myself having to restrain myself, partly because of this YouTube censorship. And I don't know, I don't know that I can go full force on what I want to say, but I think I'm getting the message across that we have to toughen up and get ready. There were a few people in yesterday's video that thought I was advocating people going out and doing violent things. And that's not it at all. And the reason why I'm not advocating for that, at least not anytime too soon, is I don't believe we're anywhere near ready for that. I mean, the situation is ready for it, but I don't think the people are. There's not enough of us. Spread thin across the country, no organization, and everyone's still so very dependent upon everything. And I don't even know that we will ever be at a point that some kind of resistance, revolutionary style, would even be effective. Maybe it would be, I don't know, but that's certainly not what I'm advocating. What I'm advocating is for people to get themselves ready in case that time does come. And if the time doesn't come, you're ready to survive the impending doom that's coming because of all the growth of government and the power and the evilness that's spreading. It's kind of like this guy in Utah. I'm sure you all know about him. He said some not nice things, thinly veiled threats online to the president, and they went to his house in Utah and they Ruby Ridged him. They took their big SWAT vehicle and ran it into his house and went in, and I think it was like 37 shots. The guy was 75 years old, weighed over 300 pounds. He was like 5'6" or something like that, so he's a pretty large man. Was mostly stuck in his chair because he was nearly immobile. Had a couple guns. And they looked at that as a threat. I mean, you can go burn cities to the ground in this country, and they won't even investigate you. Forget about arresting you. They investigate. In fact, in New York, if you heard this a couple weeks ago, I mentioned it. New York is paying, if you were in the BLM Antifa riots and you got arrested, they're now giving you like $9,000. Yeah, no charges, and they're giving you $9,000. That's the country that we live in nowadays, folks. Our government is beyond corrupt and evil. It's done. This is the reason why I say that even if someone gets into office that's the good guy and that's going to make changes, it's not going to do any good. Look at whether you liked him or not, look at Donald Trump in his last term. His first term, his last term. He wasn't able to really get a whole lot of accomplished because the big deep state that controls everything just ran right over the top of him. We've allowed the creation of this beast, this monster that is absolutely out of control. agencies like the FBI and the ATF and all of them, they're evil and corrupt. And yes, you can't see it, but I'm wearing my t-shirt today. I'm on an FBI list because of this t-shirt. It has the Betsy Ross flag and the Gadsden flag and a few other flags on it. I'm sure I already am. I'm sure many of you already are too. What are you gonna do about it? It's almost like a badge of honor anymore. The corruption and the evilness. And for any of you FBI agents that are watching, you need to be asking yourself, you know, am I in the right job? I mean, do I really agree with the corruption that's going on? Do I think that this is okay? And if you do, of course, that's a big problem. If you think it's okay. But if you don't, and you're questioning it, is giving up your soul, selling your soul so that you can have a job and a pension, is it really worth it? Just something to think about. You know, it's what we're seeing, I think, with our government overlords. Man, bugs this morning. The government overlords, it's like sin. And this is why I say we're getting ready to be at that point of no return. If we're not already there, which we probably are. But anyways, when you do something bad the first time, usually, even though you may have a little exhilaration, you know, because I did something bad, you feel guilty for it. You know that you did wrong. You have this little guilty conscience, and you're looking around, you're hoping no one saw you, hoping no one noticed what you did wrong. And then you do it a few more times and it gets easier. And eventually, you're able to do whatever this bad thing is, and you don't even think about it. You don't even care if someone knows. Just do it out in the open. It's how we're seeing the amount of just disgust that's happening in American streets. The things that people are doing. The deviancy that people are doing. Like I'm going to be careful about what I'm saying here, because there's probably some small children a lot of times watching my content, but a doctor was arrested on a plane, a commercial flight the other day, because he was taking care of himself on the flight in front of children and women. Like, what? This is a doctor. Their sin has become so normalized that it's easy to do. They don't worry about it. That's how our government is. Their sin, their evilness, their corruption is getting to the point that they can just do it right out in the open. The amount of lies. I mean, even the left, even left-leaning, openly liberal newspapers are calling Joe Biden the Pinocchio or something like that. Because everybody knows. And no one cares. No one's doing anything. They laugh about it. The government does all these bad things. Oh, Joe Biden and Hunter made $20 million off of all of these oligarchs, these Russian, Ukrainian, and Eastern European oligarchs. Oh, and guess what? When we sanctioned Russia and all the oligarchs, we made sure we didn't sanction the ones that paid Joe Biden all these millions. Who cares? When we get to the point that our government is so out in the open with their corruption, they don't even hide it. That they're not even embarrassed. They're not even trying to cover for it. Then we've lost it completely. We are no more a nation. We are no more a legitimate land of the free. And I think at that point, whenever you decide we're at that point, I think personally you should just say, you know what? I'm done. The line's been crossed. I no longer have any respect. I no longer acknowledge it. And I'm going to do everything I can to live outside of its purview. I know that's difficult. People always ask about, what about taxes and property taxes? I know it's tough. I don't have the answers to all of that. But I can tell you the more self-sufficient you are, the more you're physically, mentally, and very much spiritually able to live on your own, to live outside the system, the better off you're going to be when it comes to revolting against it, rebelling. I mean, what are you gonna do? Go stand up against those redcoats and say, guys, we need to hurry this up because I gotta go to the Walmart, pick up some groceries and go pay my utility bills, and you know, before the day ends, we need to hurry up this Bunker Hill battle here. It doesn't work that way, folks. Need to be getting ready. I know I say it every day. I say it because more and more people are getting ready. More and more lions are awakening. More and more people are doing what they need to do. And so do you. You need to be doing it too. The system's failed. It's done. There's no fixing it, folks. It doesn't work that way. You can't take a building that's rotted and burned and fallen apart and remodel it. If the bones are bad in it, if at the heart it's rotten, there's no fixing this. You just need to be fixing yourself and your family, the people around you. Get your houses in order. Prepare yourselves mentally, physically, and spiritually. Thanks for watching. Catch you in the next video.